Happy Monday. I did not share my outfit of the day because I just forgot to pick up the camera, and by the time I realized that, I just needed to get out the door. But I'm wearing this brown sweater that is a few years old from Old Navy, and I'm wearing some navy blue pants from Kohl's that I got over the summer, and some leopard print shoes, and this gold ring that is from Nordstrom, and a gold Michael Kors watch that you guys have seen many times before. So also, I did not vlog over the weekend because I just was not worthy of vlog footage. So sometimes I feel just single. I'm a strong, independent woman, fabulous, I'm killing it, nobody can hold me down. And then I have weekends like the past weekend that I've had where I just, more than anything, just feel like I am the perpetually single friend that everybody has, who is watching everybody's else life unfold and develop, and mine is just staying in the same place. And if I were to be honest, that's just how I felt all weekend. And in total honesty, that feeling really gets like heightened or exacerbated during the holidays. So just public service announcement for all single people out there. Sometimes the holidays is a very difficult time for people that are not attached, not in a relationship, don't have a family of their own, especially if that's something that you would like to have or hope to have someday. And that really is the case for me. Now, this is a lot of personal information. I don't know if it's what you guys want to hear, but that's just really my truth right now. So I was just kind of in that mode of just thinking about that over the weekend. Probably because it's the holiday season, and that tends to be something that comes about for me. And for the past couple years, I promise you, someone that I know and or work with is perpetually getting engaged, getting married, getting pregnant, giving birth, and all those exciting things for those people only serve to remind me that that's something that I don't have, and I don't know if I'll have it, especially when it comes to having kids, because I'm no spring chicken. And then add to that, I do have a medical issue that I need to resolve that also involves, you know, the likelihood of someone having kids. Like, I have fibroids, several of them, and some of them are large and in charge, and I have to figure out what to do with them. So I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow that I need to figure out if I need to go to, because I'm not 100% sure what this doctor appointment entails, because I thought I was going to have a procedure done that I found out is not the best option for me right now. So I'm saying all that to say I was not in a good place this weekend to be vlogging and sharing my life's journey with you, because I would have probably just annoyed you, because I annoyed myself as well as Genesis and Riley, because I feel like they were giving me side eye all weekend. I'm hoping to kind of get myself out of that mind frame today, because I'll be at work distracted, but it's still, those thoughts are still kind of lingering in my mind. In addition to that, I am really seriously contemplating just stopping Vlogmas right here, because I really think I've just spread myself too thin this year, and I'm extremely tired, and the idea of just really taking a break from everything is very attractive to me at the moment. So that is something that I'm going to think about throughout the day and make probably a final decision on. Hold that thought, because I gotta go get my coffee. Okay. So, like I was saying, that is something that I'm seriously considering. And I don't know, like I have a feeling that that's going to be what I decide to do, because I am, and it could just be my mental state right now, I might change my mind. But just that, knowing that holidays can be difficult for me sometimes, and I've had, you know, a very challenging year just kind of with class dynamics and work responsibilities and family issues, some of which are resolved, but those family issues are kind of, it just won't be a normal Christmas, as I said when I started Vlogmas, and I just feel like I need to kind of quietly work my way through this holiday season, which would mean that I wouldn't be vlogging and uploading. And as sad as that makes me, because I really do enjoy talking to you guys and interacting with you guys, it might be one of those things that I just have to do just for my mental health and sanity. But on a positive note, I had such a great time watching everybody's Secret Santa videos that we all uploaded over the weekend yesterday. Again, I know I said it in the video, but I want to say again, thank you to Darren Nakakihara for organizing that. He really is the person that pulls us all together, creates the spreadsheets, tells us what to do and when to do it. And it always ends up being a really enjoyable experience and a way to connect with other teachers that are on YouTube, some of which I've met in person, and then some of which I've yet to meet, but have talked to through different, you know, means. And as well as that, and the Teachers Connect video that a lot of us also did, and just watching people's perspective or take on the questions that we all answered. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. But that's pretty much it. Today is Monday, and for me, it is a minimum day. It is the last Monday before we go into winter break. I need to, basically this whole week, my attention with my class is really just going to be devoted to, what am I trying to say? Devoted to finishing our Holiday Around the World books. I don't know if we'll get them totally completed and assembled by the end of the week, but that and the snow globe writing, I think that we can do it, because I'm not introducing any new math. We're not going to start a new math chapter, so we just have a lot of flexibility with time. But at the same time, we need to get our Wonders assessment done, and I need to figure out when that's going to be. So I also need to figure out if I'm going to this doctor's appointment tomorrow, because if I am, I need to make sub plans for either a half day or a full day. I haven't decided which I will do, because the doctor's appointment's at 9:50. A half day sub means I need to be back by 11:30, which shouldn't be a problem, but depending on how the doctor's office is going, it could be cutting it close. So I might just take a full day, but I first need to figure out what the doctor's appointment is about. So in all honesty, you guys, this might be the only time I check in today, because I don't have my camera with me. I know that I'm going to try and really just get stuff done, because I graded a lot over the weekend, but I didn't do any lesson planning like I wanted to, so that when I go on break, I don't have to worry about lesson planning. So I might just really have to simmer and get that done. So I will check in with you later. Regardless of what happens, I'll let you know what I decide in terms of the rest of Vlogmas, if I'm going to take the break or not. But I don't know. That's all I have to say, and I will be sure to let you guys know what I decide. So I will talk to you then. Hi guys, it's, I don't know, 5:30ish right now. My hair is pulled back. I have on the scarf I didn't have on earlier, because I just got back from taking the dogs on a walk, and I wanted to be a little bit warm, and I didn't want hair in my face. So I am checking in on the day. Sorry. The day went okay. It was pretty much what I expected. We spent most of the day working on their Holiday Around the World book. We did some peer editing with this Trapped in the Snow Globe story. I will say that peer editing is much more, it's always more challenging than what you think it's going to be. So they have only peer edited in relationship to making sure the stories they are reading have story elements. And then sure enough, there's always kids who, although their peer has edited their story and is saying, I really can't identify the problem in your story, the solution, they swear that it's there. They want to convince me that it's there. I had kids tell me, oh, you know what, I actually recall so-and-so saying that they thought it, and you know, all of that. And so I just had to keep saying, if your peer, meaning someone your age that is reading your story, is having a hard time really identifying what the problem of the story is, perhaps it's there, but it's not clear enough for them to recognize, oh, this is the problem of the story. So that was a challenge. So we got through that. Tomorrow my intention is to have them edit for just basic sentence punctuation and capitalization, and just work on that tomorrow, as well as hopefully starting to get to the point where we're finishing up the holidays around the world pages so that we can put them together. I am going to go ahead and go to my doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. I still don't know what the doctor's appointment is about. I sent my doctor an email, but I haven't got anything, I haven't heard anything back. But I figure regardless, I can go tomorrow and maybe get some information that's going to kind of help me decide what I want to do about my fibroids. So if any of you don't know what fibroids are, they're just like, I don't know, I guess for lack of a better term, they're just like these masses that could form. There's nothing that you can do to make it happen. It's nothing that you can cause, they're just there, and Black women are more susceptible to it. Mine, I have quite a few, like I said earlier today. I don't remember exactly how many, but I have a couple that are pretty like substantial in size. Which is surprising because I don't have all the symptoms that are typically associated with fibroids, like if you're a guy out there, sorry, like heavy periods, things like that. I only knew I had fibroids because a doctor told me when I was having a regular exam. I just feel like this is turning into like a little health vlog. The only symptom that I have that I didn't even know I had until it was brought to my attention is I just always feel like something's in my stomach. Like I just constantly feel like something's in there. It doesn't hurt, I'm just aware that there's something in there, if that makes sense. And I didn't realize that until the doctor said, wow, you must be in a lot of pain all the time. And I said, no, not really. He's like, well, you must feel a lot of pressure there, like in your abdominal area. And I said, well, now that you think about it, or now that you mention it, I do feel like there's always something there. So there's that, and then my stomach, because of that, just doesn't get as flat as it once did because I have these fibroids. So I don't know if I mentioned, but I had to get like an exam, like just a like superficial abdominal exam not too long ago. And the doctor, I think, the doctor thought I was pregnant. And so he had this look on his, like I was looking at him and I was just looking at the expression he was making, and then it dawned on me that he was thinking to himself, how am I gonna tell this woman that she's pregnant and she doesn't seem to know that? And then in that moment I said, sir, stop right there. Like, I know I'm not pregnant, what you're feeling is fibroids. So we had this quick conversation where he was just asking me why I haven't had them removed. I explained to him I don't have a ton of really uncomfortable symptoms. And he's like, well, you know, you might want to think about it because you're probably carrying some extra pounds around, and like you're the equivalent of being like 12 to 15 weeks pregnant in terms of what my stomach looks like. So I was like, oh. So I don't know, I'm gonna talk to the doctor tomorrow and see what he says. I pretty much know my only option is to just kind of live with it and, you know, monitor them to make sure they're not just growing out of control or have this surgery, which, I mean, who wants to have surgery and then I'll be out for 6 weeks? But if I'm gonna have the surgery, I need to figure that out because I need to schedule it, because over the summer I'm supposed to go to Finland and I wanna be well enough by that point. And then if I end up transferring, I have to be well enough to like move classrooms and whatever. So I don't know how I got on that tangent of the doctor, but you know what? Maybe what I'm saying is going to be helpful to some of you. So I really don't know how I got on that topic, but needless to say, that's what happened in class today. After school, I had to make sub plans for the half day. I'm having a sub that subbed for me a lot last year, so that's always comforting when you know someone's coming in to your classroom and they know how you like things ran. I have a sub until about 11:30, so hopefully I get back in time. And that's that. As far as me continuing Vlogmas, you know what, guys? I thought I would have some clear-cut decision by the end of the day, but I really don't. I really don't know what I want to do. A part of me is like, just give yourself the break, and just kind of, you know, you tried it. You know, if you need a break, take the break. And then another part of me is like, well, just keep going because you're enjoying it. So what I might do, where I'm at right now, is just saying, you know what? You guys will see a video when you see a video. Like if I have the energy and I have the time, I'll upload. If I don't, I won't, and just kind of keep it a little less structured in terms of, you know, uploading every day or even every couple of days. It may be easier after this week because I'll be at home and I'll be on vacation and I won't have like work stress as well. But I'm not gonna emphatically say anymore that I'm not, like this is it. And I'm also not gonna emphatically saying that I'm gonna continue. I guess it's just gonna be a surprise. You'll just be surprised if you see a video, and hopefully pleasantly surprised. So I'm just gonna cook and maybe actually get some lesson planning done for when we get back after I finish cooking and eating. But the good news is about my doctor's appointment tomorrow is that I don't have to go to Orange Theory at 5 o'clock in the morning. I can go a little bit later, but I'm gonna say good night. Thanks for being patient with me, and I will talk to you sometime soon. I don't know. I will talk to you guys later. Good morning, you guys. It is 10:56. I'm sitting in my car. I just got back from my doctor's appointment. Let's rehash. I was gonna upload my vlog yesterday, but every now and then the keyboard on my computer decides to take a hiatus. And last night was one of those nights, so I couldn't do any editing. I believe it's working now, so you'll see yesterday and today, hopefully sometime tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. But I woke up, I went to Orange Theory. I got to go at a late class. Well, by late, I mean 6:15 in the morning. And then I got dressed, had some breakfast, and then had a doctor's appointment at 9:50, and I just finished up here. And you know what, guys? This vlog is less teaching and more just real life stuff. I decided that I'm going to go ahead and, excuse me, I'm trying to turn my car on here for a second. California. Ooh. Okay, sorry, it's a little early for, who is that? Dr. Dre. Sorry, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the procedure done. So I was gonna get something prior, I think it was called a embolism. That might be wrong, but basically what I was going to do before is I was going to have this procedure where they actually go in and just shrink the size of your fibroids. They don't completely remove them, they just shrink them down, because my main point of contention with my family of fibroids is that they were just giving me this pooched out stomach and it just felt like pressure. So when I got the initial information about that, the doctor said, okay, if you decide to do that, you have to be at a place where you are no longer considering having kids or you're done having kids, which I'm not there. So today I went in to talk about a myomectomy, which I had heard about before, and just to check the progress of my fibroids to see if they're growing, because I haven't been super diligent in getting an ultrasound every 6 months to check the size, which is what I was doing there for a while. So we talked about it. He did a little exam, and they have grown slightly, not like a significant amount that would cause extreme alarm, but they have grown significantly. And I guess they also measured in terms of pregnancy with your stomach. So right now, because of my fibroids, I'm walking around like a 18 to 20 week pregnant woman, and it's just fibroids. And I think they've traveled up a little bit. So the doctor was like, you know, it's up to you, but you know, it's time. You might want to go ahead and really consider what you want to do, because things have to be scheduled. And I have to really consider what I want to do, because I'm supposed to go to Finland this summer. I think I mentioned this already. And then if I'm transferring schools, I have to be recovered enough to move, because this is actually like major surgery. I'm going to have to be in the hospital for 2 days, and I won't be able to drive for 2 weeks, and I will be out of work for about 6 weeks. And when I talk about all that, it gives me a certain sense of anxiety, which is why I really haven't done anything about this before, because I just didn't want to deal with all of that. But I am tired of just feeling that something is just sitting inside of me that it's always there with me. And I joke around, like Liza and I joke around about it sometimes, like I'm carrying my fibroids around, or when I get stressed, I just say my fibroids are acting up. But it is like, if I can find a way to not have them, I would. And I was just honest with the doctor and told him, like, having these conversations are difficult for me because it's all wrapped around this whole part of my life that of motherhood. And am I going to be a mother? And am I going to have that chance to do that? And, just in the spirit of where this vlog has been going the past couple of days, it's just frustrating, like, to have to talk about it and to have to be faced with the reality that my time is running out, on top of just having this issue, which doesn't help matters if I were to be trying to get pregnant right now, which I'm not. But I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians not too long ago, and one of the sisters was stressed, and they talked about saving their eggs and doing all these procedures. And I just thought, for those of us that are just regular middle-class women, it just feels so unfair that I don't have that backup plan. Like, I don't have the means to have a backup plan where I can save my eggs and give myself that peace of mind that if you're just a middle-class person on your own, just trying to maintain financially, doing something like freezing your eggs is just this expense that you really just can't afford, despite the fact that it's something that you really wish you could do so that you can rid yourself of some of the anxiety of, will I ever be able to have kids of my own? Will I ever be a mother? And that's just the realness of, like, where I'm at in life. I know some of you have sent me separate messages directly about just being able to relate to being single and professional. And, for those of you that always, people think that I have my life together, but this is probably an aspect of life that really does cause me a lot of anxiety. I would like to have a family of my own. I would like to have kids of my own, but at the same time, I'm not willing just to get pregnant by any person and just bring a child into the world in the midst of a relationship that's not healthy. And if I have to down the line, then maybe adoption is what I'll do, but that still doesn't take away the fact of there's a certain amount of sadness and difficulty when you get to a point in life where you have to accept the fact that your time is running out and this may not happen for you. And just how do you cope with that and how do you deal with that? And I'm kind of at that place in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and have this procedure and at least eliminate one hurdle that I would have to jump over if I were to become involved in a committed relationship where childbearing was an option or getting pregnant was an option. Because my understanding is most people that have this procedure, the fibroids can come back, but that's usually within a few years. And if they do come back, they don't necessarily come back as large. So that is a dive into LaTanya's personal struggles as a single woman at the age of 40. So that's where I'm at. Right now, I'm getting ready to go back to school. I need to be there between 11:30 and 11:45, which should not be a problem. And then that's it. So I don't know. I hope you guys don't mind this aspect of the vlog. Like, I really wasn't intending for it to go down this route, but I do know that there's a few of you that, and by a few, I think there's a significant amount of you that watch that are kind of in the same place in life where you just haven't found the right person to settle down with, and you have all these desires to have a family, a healthy relationship, and it just hasn't happened. And these are some of the things that women in that position, like myself, have to really kind of grapple with. And it's difficult, and it's something that I don't really talk to many people about because it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like embarrassing, or you feel like people don't understand, or you don't want to feel like you're complaining, or you feel like you have to keep up this air of like being single and on my own is the greatest thing at all times. And a lot of times it is, but then sometimes, like situations like this, it's not, because yes, I like being independent and being able to take care of myself, but this is still something in life that I've wanted and I hope to have, and just the reality of not knowing I'm going to have it, whether it be because of my age or medical reasons, it's difficult. It's not something that It's just something that I assumed would happen when I was younger. I assumed I would go to college, I would graduate, I would have a career in something, I would get married, I would have kids, and it was just gonna go boom, boom, boom. And what I've done is I've gone to college, I've had a career, and pause. Like, I'm just at that spot where, like, I'd like the other things, but they just haven't come. So I'm rambling and probably telling you more than I should. So I'm gonna go ahead and get headed to work, and I will check in with you guys later on. Good evening, guys. I'm home. I'm back in the bathroom. I feel like I vlog a lot in here, but like I've said before, the lighting is good. But I am here to close out this vlog by wrapping up the day, and I'm mad that I didn't show you guys my outfit today, because this is probably one of my favorite outfits I've worn, just because it's so comfortable and super easy. It did not require any ironing, so I'm going to show it to you in the mirror, but I took my shoes off, so ignore my bare feet. So here is what I wore today. I wore this turtleneck type sweater from Target. I don't know why I just did that. I got this a couple weeks ago. And then this little long sweater I got from Nordstrom Rack. And then I'm just wearing some, I think these are Paige denim jeans. And then I put on this necklace here that is like from, I don't know, Old Navy or Forever 21. And then I had some shoes on, some black booties. These here that you guys have seen, and these are from DSW. So I just liked it. I felt comfortable. I felt good about myself. I felt good about myself. It was, everything is nice and soft. So, and this was just kind of something, when I was picking out my outfits on Sunday, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into. I just wanted something quick and easy. And go figure. I got back to school at about 11:30. My kids were in the middle of working on their, what's happening here? Their Holiday Around the World books. They, for the most part, have finished filling in the information they want to include, drawing the pictures they want to include. There's a couple kids finishing up the cover. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be in a place to actually get them all put together. Fingers crossed. I do have PE, so that's about 50 minutes of the day gone. But my goal for tomorrow is to get those put together by the afternoon, because tomorrow afternoon is where we're having like an international food tasting. And I would like to have those done so that feels more like a culminating activity. But if we don't get it done, it'll be fine. And then also trying to wrap up the Trapped in a Snow Globe. So I took the pictures of the kids last week, and I printed them out and had them cut out. And when I cut the first one out, I realized the size of the kids is much bigger than what they are in the sample, and at first I panicked, but I actually like this size better, just because you can see the kids better, and for some of them it creates like this sense of perspective in the snow globe, if that makes sense. So I will show that to you tomorrow, hopefully. But anyway, that was my day. After work, I went to pick up a prescription for Genesis, stopped at Target, and then tried to go to Party City to see if they had like international decorations, because I saw them online. But they didn't have it in the store, so I guess it's just online. So I am gonna put on my pajamas and eat my leftover tacos that were very delicious last night from Blue Apron, and then work on getting this video edited and uploaded for you guys to see. And again, my apologies. This was like a very welcome to my personal life vlog, but hopefully you guys don't mind. So I will talk to you soon, I think tomorrow. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.